You're listening to Unmuted with Papamutes.
Now, Strike Five, is there a certain genre that you do, or is it just whatever ideas pop?
Pretty much whatever ideas pops. So far, we've done short films on a lot of dramas. We've done a sci-fi film. We've done a horror film. Uh, Presently in pre-production for a vampire project. So, I think the concentration is just trying to tell good stories with good production value.
Now, can someone come to you, and say, and they don't know you, they're not a friend or anything, and say, "Hey, I got the idea for a film. Take a look at it." It would. I mean, even if it's just a short film, or is it strictly like within house, like because making a movie
Uh,
is tough.
yeah, it's really tough. But yeah, right now, I'm pretty open. I try to give back as much as possible. And if someone wants to collaborate on a project, then I'm more than willing to work with them and try to execute that goal. I was actually hired for a suicide film. There was a PTSD survivor,
No.
and he wanted to do a film about a veteran coming home, and he was struggling with a breakup, and he was calling into a call center to kind of try to get relief, but there's a lot of twists and turns in the story. But yeah,
Mhm.
that was someone that I didn't know, but we collaborated and we made a pretty good project.
Now, where can people see these films? I mean, ones you have made already. Is it
So
strictly
they can
online,
either,
or?
yeah, so I have the majority of them online. There's one
Hmm.
project that I don't have online because of music licensing rights. But mostly you can find me on YouTube. I'm on Vimeo under Strike Five Films. I also have my films embedded on my website at it's kind of like a long, elongated URL, but you can just simply search for Strike Five Films or Jason Johnson filmmaker, and that'll be the first thing that pops up.
Cool, cool. I mean, just for people trying to get into the business, young people, whatever. You don't have to be young, but you know what I mean. Yeah, making a movie, whether it's 10 minutes or a 2 hour Hollywood, it takes a lot of people. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not just camera, lights, action. It takes so much stuff, insurance, just everything is involved. How do you or get people to do it for you? And like it's your vision, I mean, I know they're working for you. Obviously, they want paid, but how do you, get these people psyched for your stuff?
Well, I think you have to have. Well, let me go back.
Okay.
Actually, when I first started, I would just grab anyone. Like the cameraman for my first project was a janitor. And he just happened to like films, so
Yeah. Okay.
I said, "Hey, I'm going to be making this crazy film. You think that you might be interested in being the cameraman?" And all you have to do is just pan left, pan right,
Okay.
and and he accepted it, and he was fantastic. He'd never done it before, so it really comes down to just asking people. A lot of times, if you're just starting out, you don't necessarily need the money, the insurance, and all that stuff. Where that does help because you're technically kind of coloring outside the lines, but um, if you're just kind of making a student project or a novice project, then yeah, just start with your network, see who's interested in your goals and your dreams, and you'll be surprised that there's a lot of people that have interest in filmmaking. But nowadays, I just I have a certain crew that I work with, and other people that we can't that we don't have access to or need to hire. We just make sure that we interview them well to make sure that our goals, our passions, et cetera, align, because that's really important when you're on the film set.
Everyone on the same page, right? Of course.
Yeah.
Do you feel you're? I mean, fast forward now. You're going to make a movie. Do you feel you're constantly? I mean, this is a big part of it, from what I hear, trying to raise money.
That's like 99% of it. Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah. It's like, you're always looking for the money, and You're always trying to market yourself in pursuit of the money, unless you were just born rich for whatever reason, or
That would
just
be
have
nice.
someone that has a ton of money.
Now, what
But
is the
yeah, that's
process? What are some of the ideas to raise the money?
so I've gone to pitch sessions where I'll have an idea and then I'll pitch it in front of a group of investors. I've done
Really?
crowdfunding.
Wow.
Yeah, I've hit up family members. I've paid for a lot of films out of my own pocket. Um, when the pandemic came around, um, I said, I wonder if I can get money for a film. And I filled out for a PPP loan. And to my surprise, they gave it to me for $15,000. So,
Oh,
I
nice.
used some of that to make a film. So you just really have to be creative in the ways to find money for your project. And it's really a day in and day out thing. You just can't give up.
You need to be just to hark back. You need to be a power caller.
Yeah.
Sorry to bother you, but
Yeah.
oh my god, I might watch that movie tonight. Have you ever? I know you're in the Bay Area. Have you ever ventured to Hollywood and said, I'm going to plant my roots down here and give it a shot, whether it's acting or what have you? Because a lot of people, do that.
Yeah, I have. I've talked to a lot of people, and they say, Jason, you have to move down to Hollywood to make it happen. And you know, I I wouldn't say that they're wrong. I did go to Hollywood at one point. I went to a industry game night that was at the house of the creator of Desperate Housewives.
Cool.
And when I got there, I met a bunch of people that were in the industry, but I kind of felt like it was everyone was trying to one up each other.
Mm.
When I would tell them that I had just done a project, the next guy would say that he worked on Pirates of the Caribbean, and then there's another guy that would say, "Well, I worked on the Terminator," and then the next guy said that I worked on Avatar, and it's just like this is just this is kind of a bit of a pissing match, and it's not anything that I'm really interested in. So
Yeah,
I
not a
like
collaboration. Yeah.
yeah, I like the Bay Area because I feel like it's more collaborative. People are a little bit more humble down here or up here rather, and I just think that it's a great film community.
So if just a hypothetical, if Hollywood came calling, hey Jason, we like your work, but or we like send us your best work. What film would you send them of your work?
I'd probably send them my most recent film. I think that one has the best production value. It's the one that we spent $22,000 on. It
Hmm.
had Adrian Marcel in it, who was nominated for a Grammy probably about 7 years ago. So I think that would probably be the best representation of what I can do. Um, but also I would consider sending one of my earlier films, Redress, because that did fairly well in the film festival circuit as well.
Now you've won a lot. I mean, a ton of film festival awards. I mean, you've entered a lot, but I mean, how many? Like
Yeah.
100?
So far, we've gotten into 80 film festivals. We've won 6 times. Um, and yeah, I'm just looking forward to building on that success.
Now, my nephew was telling me that he to get into a film festival, like I mean, not all of them. Maybe they are all of them, but you actually pay them to watch your film,
Hmm.
and you hope they watch it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of rough. I
Yeah.
mean, wow.
It's not easy because it's I want to say 2 to 3% of the films get selected. So right there, that is like the odds are incredibly against you.